everyone, it's Megan Elizabeth with AboveReviewStudio.com. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I am really into using my eBosser. This is the eBosser. I've done several videos with it. You can go check them out at AboveReviewStudio.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check them out at the website. Either way, you'll see them if you just type in eBosser in the search menu of either the YouTube channel or the website. It should come up for you. Pretty easy. And I am using the Megan Elizabeth pink nesting dies. I wanted to make a three-dimensional card that is going to be able to sit on a desk. It's kind of an odd shaped card. It's not even going in an envelope. It was a 7.5 by 7.5 inch square that I cut or scored in half. And I'm making a card out of it. So I thought it would be kind of fun. I'm into this monochromatic kind of color scheme today. I'm using a little bit of the darker and lighter teals and pattern paper. And I cut out a whole bunch of the scallop circles from the set. There's 5 dies in one nesting die set, which is awesome. And I did them all the same size, and I wanted to show you guys how to do it really easy with the eBosser. They make it so super easy for you. You even include a magnetic sheet so that your dies are not slipping around when you load it into the machine with the paper on top. It's really, really awesome. So we're going to use the platforms, all A, B, C, and D. So we're going to start with D on the bottom, C, add B in, place down our magnetic shim on top, keep things as lined up and straight as possible. Cool thing with the eBosser is you can kind of do multiple layers of paper. So this weight of pattern paper, it's not the thinnest, but it's a decent weight, text weight paper. I can do 2 layers and know I can cut all the way through. So I'm going to place them down, and then we're going to sandwich the A plate on top of that. So you can see it says A. And I'm actually going to flip it upside down. When I'm cutting with it, it kind of tends to warp and it makes cut marks in the A plate. That's completely normal, completely part of what it kind of does. Eventually you'll probably need to replace your A plate over a long period of time. It'll last you a long time, but depending on how much you use it and how many cut marks are in there, eventually it'll kind of warp and mangle. But anyway, feeds right through. It's a little bit noisy. Takes just a few seconds. Oh, okay, so it actually got stuck. Just restarted it. It fed it the rest of the way through. What happened was, I'll tell you in a second. There are sensors in this machine that when plates are kind of shifted and not lined up completely even, it's not going to feed through. And it's not going to feed through if you put your hand in there. It's not going to crunch your hand or anything. And if you put in too thick of layers, so say you put in 3 or 4 sheets of paper, it's going to spit it back out at you. It's not going to allow it to feed all the way through. Sometimes it gets stuck, and you just restart it with the power button right on the front, and you're good to go again. So what happened there was my plates were just slightly shifted. So I just needed to kind of squeeze them back together a little bit, and it took them. Now because I did 2 layers, I need to kind of punch it through. It's not going to be a clean, it's a clean cut, but it's not going to be a clean cut all the way through because there were 2 layers in there. So it kind of squishes them together, but you can see perfectly clean, crisp scallop circle cuts. Okay, so 2 sheets went right through. If I tried to do 3, it would have spit it back out at me. The reason why I didn't accept it all the way was because the plates were kind of shifted. So if you're having any problems, troubleshooting, there you go. Hopefully that helps you a little bit. All right, I'm gonna slide this back. I've been keeping this on my desk, like I'm using it all the time. I love it so much. I'm going to grab my score pal. And you can either fold them in half kind of on your own and score them, or you can actually place it on the scoreboard and go right down the center. So whatever works easiest for you with this kind of circle. I actually thinking about it, it's going to be easier for me to line up the scallops this way than it is going to be to make sure I have a straight line completely down the center the other way, I think. Well, let's try it. Let's try, shall we? Let's see which gives me a better crease. Well, this gives me a better crease, but I didn't quite see. See what I mean? Lining up scallop to scallop, I got it off just a hair, and then it doesn't quite line up. So, that's okay. And actually I need to have it that the white is out anyway, so we'll bend it back the other way. I'm going to be doing this with the Tim Holtz word bands. I'm really excited about these. I just got them, and I thought I could make a really cool kind of inspirational card for on someone's desk. A lot of times I did a video class earlier that showed making a full ornament with this, and if you watch my Cricut Imagine A to Z DVD, we do the same technique as well. But I wanted to do something that kind of just popped out at you for this card for these tags. So I'm going to do that, place my scoreboard back down. I'm going to use my Glue Glider Pro, and I'm going to alter, kind of 2 little strips of paper, I'm going to alter the patterns. Again, I'm sticking in this monochromatic kind of theme, but I'm going to line up the scallop edges with each other. And you can kind of keep going around and around. You can create a really fun little circle. Like I said, did a mobile with one of the shapes in the Cricut Imagine DVD, which is pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure that DVD is completely sold out. If not, there's only a very, very few left. Discontinued making that DVD as well as several other DVDs due to the fact that Provocraft has discontinued making the machines, and just the demand for the DVDs just was not the same. So if you have an Imagine and you want to get your hands on it, now is the time to do so, if you still even can, to be completely honest with you. Let's see. Okay. So now when it puffs up, you can see like all the different colors kind of fold out and pop out, and it just looks kind of cool to place on the front of your card. So you can add in other patterns or other colors or, you know, other backgrounds to this if you wanted to. I'm going to keep this pretty simplistic. I'm going to put adhesive just on the one side to start, kind of see where I want it to go. I'm going to press it down on the one side and then fold it all the way over so that I can have adhesive ready to go on the other side. And let it just pop open. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm really sorry about this. My camera kind of had an issue, stopped recording on me, and thankfully you didn't miss too much, other than the fact that I decided that the card was still too big, so I trimmed just a little bit off the top and bottom. So now, instead of being 7.5 inches, like it was, it's now 5 3/4 inches. So I trimmed off a good chunk of the card just because I really wanted to keep it simple, more focused on this part and the tag, or the band that I'm putting on it, rather. So there's so many cute bands in here. I know it's hard to see with my light reflecting, but it says, know in your heart you are loved. The journey awakens the soul. Encourage your hopes, not your fears. That's a big one for me. I actually want to put that as a necklace of some kind. There's one that says, life is about creating yourself. Reality has limits. Imagination is boundless. Dream as if you'll live forever. Embrace imperfection. Enjoy the journey. Possibility begins with imagination. Live in the moment. Live the life you've imagined, and capture life's moments. So pretty darn cool. I'm going to use Awaken the Journey of Your Soul, or The Journey Awakens Your Soul. I think that's perfect. And they just kind of pop out. It's just in like little blister packs that you can just sort of put them back in, and it's pretty easy to pop them off and on. So I'm going to use this, and what I thought I would do is use a little bit of paper raffia. I thought the colors kind of went. It wasn't quite monochromatic, but it kind of went along just the same, just okay with what we were doing. So I'm going to do just a little bit of this. I'm not going to knot it. I'm actually going to let it just flop off to the side here. And I'm going to do it on both sides. Now, because I'm doing metal, I'm actually going to grab my Extreme Tack Glue Glider Pro instead of just the High Tack. The High Tack would probably hold it just fine onto the paper, but to be really sure, since it is metal, I'm going to grab my Extreme Tack cartridge. So grab your Extreme Tack gun, go right along that metal edge. Kind of determine where center is for you. This is just really mixing several different mediums together. I'm going to do a little bit of high tack right on down there. And because of how this releases, I'm going to be able to place this down to keep it in place. And I'm going to let it go off the card because I'm not worrying about the fact that this card is bigger than any envelope, or this is really a decoration kind of card, encouragement card. Alright. Kind of cut that off. Pretty cool. There are just so many different possibilities for using these bands. You can bend them a little bit, make them little cuffs kind of bands and wear them. You can make necklace charms from them, hang them from all kinds of mixed media projects. Really like these. They are available at Crafty Corner, which I love. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to round the corners just to see. Do 1/2 inch corner round on all 4 corners. And I don't like the way the sparkle lights look alongside of this, so forget that idea. I thought it would be cool to add a little bit of extra bling, but I think instead of the bling, I'm just going to grab a white gel pen. And I'm going to do some faux stitch lines right around the outer edge and then call it a day with this card. So we're just going to do some dash lines all the way around the outer perimeter, even around the rounded edges. Alright, so that pretty much completes our card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a little bit something new, tried something new for yourself, and enjoy the moments. I'll see you again soon at AboveRubyStudio.com. Bye-bye.